Hey guys, Mo Morales here, and as you just saw, those photos were taken back in 2019 when I did my very first volunteer pet photography thing. So the gentleman named Frank does an annual drive to raise money for a shelter based out of Puerto Rico to help dogs who are captured off the streets have a better home, better life, better medical situation in general. So I always love dogs, you guys know that, and I have no problem donating my time towards this charity. But that was the first time Frank and I did this together. I was called in last minute to step in for the normal photographer he used who couldn't make it. So I got there. He told me it starts at 12 o'clock that day, and I got there due to traffic about 11:45, 11:30. Very little time to set up, very little time to, get a feel for where I was shooting at and what I wanted to accomplish. So we got those photos, and they were sufficient. Who talks like that? They were sufficient. They were exactly good enough to just, pet parents were very happy with the photos. But deep down inside, I wasn't very happy. So I left there thinking, what did I do wrong? What could I do different next time? The first thing I noticed was that I was kind of boxed into how far back I can put myself away from the actual, subject, the Santa Claus and the dogs. So I realized at that point I had to use my Tamron 28-75 at that time. So I wasn't going to get a nice compression, and the backgrounds were going to have to be cropped in. So the next time I got there, I decided, you know what? I'm going to get there earlier. I'm going to get a better look at the situation and a better look at the environment. Also, another thing that helped the second time around is the first time around, the background was just Christmas wrapping paper taped onto the wall, and it was a red color that it was Christmassy, right? It was a Christmassy color, so it worked out for that. But this time around, the gentleman, Frank, got an actual backdrop as well as a paper fake floor. Made an amazing difference. I got there early enough that I said to Frank, hey, instead of shooting the short way like we did last time, let's shoot the long way, because it was a very long rectangular room. So we were shooting from the short end of it as opposed to the long end of it the first time. Second time around, I said to him, hey, I would love to use my 7200, get some compression, and create a better environment. Also, on top of that, what I did was, first time, like I said, I used the Westcott orb, which is a very beautiful light to use in porches and stuff like that, but it wasn't creating a strong enough light to cover the dog Santa Claus and anyone else who may have been in the photos. So what I did was, this time around, I brought two strobes. I brought the 8300 Pro and the 8200 Pro, and I put them behind just some 32-inch umbrellas, nothing massive, nothing big, but I wanted to make sure that they were perfectly aimed in to offset glasses glare, light up the dogs from all angles, and to get catch lights in the dogs, which I didn't get the first time through. Some catch lights were there, some catch lights might have been added afterwards in post, maybe, who knows, just saying. But with having the strobes just above where I had Santa and the pets posing was going to be able to give me a better catch light, a better scenario. So here's where I ended up capturing the second time around. So this was just a quick video, going someplace, doing the best you can the first time through, knowing that if you ever get a second chance, you could do things a little better. And that's hopefully what I did here. Everyone was happy. Frank was ecstatic. I don't want to take over the person who does it regularly for him, but I do enjoy doing volunteer work for animals and stuff like that. So if he does need me, I'll be ready next year and we'll knock it out the park again. All right, very short, quick video. Thank you so much for watching. See your Uncle Mo. Take care.